Welcome to The Snack, a lighter serving of Girls Gotta Eat.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
We are wearing the exact same outfit today. I can't even look at you without laughing.
I can't. Bitch stole my look. When did you buy that? I want to run the tape.
It came this morning.
Well, I wore this for like a week straight. I got this as a Christmas.
I know.
This is a Christmas gift for my fiance, and I wore it for like 5 days in a row when we were traveling. So this is on you.
I bought this on a TikTok shop, obviously.
Oh, okay.
When you walked in this exact same outfit, you guys, this just happens a lot to us, but it'd normally be like a black tee and some jeans, like stuff that every girl wears every day, not a white sweatsuit.
Well, even on this week's episode, right? We were just wearing like the same Citizen button fly jeans, and I wore black and you wore white. Like we look ridiculous. It's real best friend shit.
But
and
like
couple stuff.
Like not crazy though.
But like you just start to morph into one person after all this time, except for live shows because you like to wear like an
costume.
Ice Capades costume.
I want to wear a costume. I can't believe I spent all these years just like putting on clothing. Like I could have just been shopping on Amazon for costumes.
And are these new sneaks?
These are old sneaks. They're from Aloe. They're so clean, so I haven't worn them.
Okay.
Like probably worn them twice. They look brand new.
Big logo.
As big as it gets.
No, it's fine. I like these. Okay, so that's just like TikTok. That's the brand.
It's some TikTok shop. It's just some overpriced TikTok shop. It's called SUPESU, Soupsu.
Okay.
And honestly, it really snatches you. It's cute. And yours is
Mine's Nike.
Nike? From Portland.
I'm a Nike girl.
Yeah, I know. I'm more of an Adidas girl, but I'm an Aloe girl. You're a Lulu girl.
Yeah, and I'm a Birkenstock girl.
I wear Birks. I have 3 pairs.
Take a look at my toes. And I had to cut them myself because they were so overgrown.
We're back to the French manicure.
Felt like they were putting me up a shoe size. They were, do your toenails get so long? So I did.
Actually,
I
my
chopped
toenails. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I did chop them myself, but I'm gonna go in there this week. Right, it looks so nice.
Oh, our new
pinkies.
Place. You haven't been there?
I haven't been in the new location. It's like on the corner.
I've been telling you.
It takes up the whole corner.
So I've been in these streets a lot, and
it looks so glam.
It's so gorgeous. And I went last Saturday, and the guy doing my pedicure was like, I have to really thank you. Like, you've talked about this on the podcast, and we've had a lot of people come in from the podcast. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. He goes, can I get you a drink? And I was like, no, I'm fine. He goes, no, like alcohol. And I was like, yeah. And they were pumping me full of soju. I had to walk home.
I love that.
They offered to drive me home.
Oh my God.
He was like, I'll take you. I was like, wait, okay.
Stop. They have a shuttle service.
No, he was just going to drive me home.
They were like, come get the open bar, get the soju, we'll drive you home. I'm obsessed. It is very funny what people hear. My mounting guy also said that someone told him we talked about on the podcast.
Wait, really?
Igor. So I'll mention him again. He's on his own now.
You have given me all my mountain guys. Do you know that? The guy, I've been like, this guy's been coming over a lot. You don't even know about it.
Well, Igor's my main guy. And if you guys want to check him out, I'm just going to give you his Instagram. And it's TV mounted. So TV mounted, just that's what it is. And he's great. He's done 3 TVs. He just recently did the one that we stole from you.
Ashley, you will not stop reminding me about this TV. Every day I'm being like waterboarded by the TV. Ashley's like, do you have a mount you could bring over? Well, and then on Saturday, she's like, do you have like the remote control that you could give me? And I was like, every day we have to talk about this TV.
I'm sorry, we couldn't use it without the remote.
And then yesterday,
you didn't give me a full TV. No, you gave me a TV, no mount, no remote. Also, by the way, I just need to make it clear, my fiance can mount a TV, but I just feel like it's a skill that someone comes in, they have all the shit ready to go, and it's like done. It's like, I just want to be clear, because then I wanted to move it up, and he moved it up, and I was like, it was very hot, like he can mount a TV. I gotta be very clear.
Can he mount a TV in 7 minutes like Rob?
No,
you don't know that reference. That's okay.
No, it's from Vanderpump, isn't it?
I'm proud of you.
Anyway, guys, TV mounted. Tell Igor I sent you.
I've had handymen in the house continuously, just round the clock. I'm finally done with the renovation. But I know I said at the beginning of the year that I was going to like learn how to do all this stuff, but like I'm not mounting televisions. I'm not doing that.
It's just one of those things of like, just bring someone in, a small business, pay them. They're going to do it so quick.
$60 an hour.
They have all the stuff. But yes, we put the TV in the bedroom and it's been a game changer.
Well, your TV's in my bedroom and I couldn't watch White Lotus last night because I couldn't download HBO Max onto that TV without a Samsung login, which I do not have, which is associated with your account. So I had to watch it downstairs in the room that I don't like.
That is a tragedy. Yeah. The same thing almost happened to us last night. We were trying to watch on YouTube TV and it said you had to get an LG login, and I was like, absolutely not. And so we were able to just not update the app and still watch it. This is so funny. Who knew that we would be dressed the same, but we're Samsung versus LG.
You know, I had this moment where I got a little scared because you're using all of my apps that I'm previously logged into, you know?
We did log into your Netflix.
That's okay.
I logged out, but I was like,
I don't care.
I thought I would see something funny on your algo. Nothing. It's just same as mine.
I got worried that you were going to see my porn categories because I watch porn on my TV
YouTube.
sometimes. But like, then I remembered I actually don't watch it through YouTube. I mirror it from my phone to the TV.
Okay.
That is like top tier. I can't decide if I'm proud of that or ashamed that I mirror porn onto the TV from my phone.
Watch it full size.
Yeah, full size. So
life size.
I want the dicks to be enormous.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you were going to go to step, but you're not. Okay. We're just going to thank our partner and we're going to jump in. Thanks to Wild Grain. Get 30% off your first box plus free croissants in every box at wildgrain.com/GGE or use promo code GGE.
And that's it today. Just sponsored by bread. This episode.
Like our bodies. Okay. You want to kick it off with the report?
Okay. Yes. We have a random couple report.
There's just been a lot lately.
Yeah.
Nobody substantiated, really.
Oh, really?
This first one, I think, is substantiated. The other three, not so much.
Not substantiated. Well, you want to kick it off with our first one?
Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas.
Oh.
I
don't care. I don't care who Tom Cruise dates.
I don't either. And I think that, like, if you date him, I find it a little odd. I feel like the extreme allegiance to Scientology.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, like, insult people's religions. If you guys were Scientologists, you're probably not listening to this show, though. And I know a lot about Scientology, so I can talk about it.
Raina does. Oh, my God. You blew my parents away that time. You just really, like, presented a thesis to them in a cab one night.
I remember it. I think we were coming back from 12 Chairs in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I've read a lot about Scientology. I don't know that I care about this couple. It's just random.
Okay.
Okay.
Next up, we have Zoe Kravitz and Noah Centineo. Is that how you say it, Tessa?
Centino.
No, it's not. It's like got an extra letter.
I thought you pronounced it correctly. Centineo.
Yeah.
Isn't he a TikTok person? Shouldn't you know, Tessa?
Or Centino. Okay, so there is an age gap here. I thought it was more, but it's not too much. She's 36, he's 28.
Oh, is he?
I guess
old?
maybe I thought she was a little older. I thought he was a little younger. I think I just thought he was a little younger because of like, what is he? All the Boys I've Loved Before. Yeah, I just think of him as kind of like a teenager, like a hot teenager. No, he's so hot. So I am upset because of her and Channing Tatum's breakup. That's my favorite celebrity couple of all time.
I know you are. Okay.
But I think Zoe and I have the same taste.
Yeah.
Because like Channing Tatum, very into Noah Centineo. And then she also dated somebody. I don't think a lot of people know this. This is going to ruffle some feathers because people hate when I say his name, but she dated Drake.
She did? Yes. Wait,
she did very briefly in 2013. She dated Drake.
Also, this is not that rare. I mean, everybody has her taste.
Okay, so, I don't know. Some people think Channing Tatum's a butterface, and I've loved him forever. But really quick, I just feel like this is some hot tea because my fiance didn't even know that Zoe Kravitz and Drake dated briefly in 2013. They were seen kissing at a Beyonce concert.
Really?
And then she confirmed it years later on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen.
I think she is so beautiful. I mean, who wouldn't date her?
And she dated Dan Humphries.
What?
Yes. Like, I'm telling you, I'm really into her dating history.
Holy shit.
Penn Badgley, you guys. Gossip Girl.
Yes. You know, I just finished Gossip Girl 2 days ago.
It's really having a resurgence.
I've watched the whole thing again. That is, I'm going to say, one of the best series finales of all time ever. Unbelievable.
They closed it out strong.
Killed it. Okay, for a long time, while we were talking about this, I was thinking we were talking about Noah Beck, the TikToker.
That's fair.
I was like, that guy's so sexy. He dated Dixie D'Amelio. I was just like, he's part of, what was that, Hub House?
Oh yeah, no, not Hub House. That's
Hype
Lindsay
House.
Hubbard.
What was it called? Hype House. Hub House is
House.
Lindsay Hubbard. I got Summer House on the brain. I thought it was Noah Beck, and I was like, go off Zoe Kravitz, this young boy.
But do you know
When you said there was
she really does have my type?
When you said it was such an age difference, I was like, isn't he 22?
But do you know Noah Centineo?
I had to look it up. I actually don't really. He's sexy.
He's so sexy.
Really sexy. Not as sexy as Noah Beck.
When we Okay. Another age gap, which this again, just speculation, right? Is Demi Moore and Andrew Garfield.
Age gap queen.
62. She's 62. But most beautiful woman alive.
It's
I truly, it's like the hair. It's everything. She's so beautiful.
I know.
I think she's my top of a woman. I mean, always she's been beautiful, but a 62, you're pulling Spider-Man?
No, it's crazy. Is he like half?
Oh, and sorry, he's 41, which we love it.
Is he 41?
Hot age alert.
It is. Okay, this final one, Austin Butler and Madeline Klein. So they were spotted out at a restaurant, like a celebrity hotspot in LA, and people are saying like they did this on purpose to like announce their relationship, but it's unsubstantiated. However, I would like to just go on record and say if I could have anyone's dating history, anyone, it's her.
Oh my God, I don't know anybody.
Okay, so
I don't
you
even really know who
all
that
them.
is.
So Madeline Klein, she was the star of Outer Banks. She dated Chase Stokes, who's her
Okay.
The opposite,
The co-star?
her co-star.
Okay.
So opposite her on Outer Banks.
Okay.
And he is dating Kelsey Ballerini now.
Okay.
They've been together for a while. So one of the hottest men alive, gorgeous, perfect, amazing.
Right.
Austin Butler. She dated Pete Davidson. I just want to take a ride.
I know you do. You've been saying this for years.
I just want to we had the same agent for some time. I probably should have struck when the iron was hot back then.
Right.
I feel like everybody gets to like pay the toll and take a ride, and I haven't.
Yeah.
And then she played opposite Dave Bautista.
Oh.
In Glass Onion, and
Okay.
they had like a very like sexy sexual relationship. She's like all over him,
Right.
and she's riding a motorcycle on the back of Dave Bautista, and like if I could have anybody's dating history / co-star history, because she co-starred with a lot of these people, it's her.
You want to be her.
I do want to be
and
her.
I want to be Zoe.
Yeah.
Okay. You're more Ashley's friend and more Raina's friend.
Yeah. Weigh in the comments. Okay, and then just to round out these like collabs that are a little sus, Papa John's released a.
You said that with no irony. This is another random couple, you guys.
Papa John's has unveiled a garlic dipping sauce bath bomb. Now, I love
Let that
Papa
sink in, you guys.
Like you're gonna bathe in garlic sauce smell.
Like it's so funny because people would say like, "Oh, that garlic sauce, I would bathe in it," and they were like, "What is that? Say what? We'll do it. Just say less."
I love Papa John's. I've been a long-time fan.
Right. Because your Papa's and I'm Domino's.
I actually love Domino's
No,
and
of
Pizza
course,
Hut.
everyone loves Domino's, but if you like, we've kind of.
I went to college
You
with
went to
Daughter
college
John.
with the girl.
So I went to college with Daughter John, and I love Papa John's. I love their breadsticks and their garlic dipping sauce. I would drink it, and I love the smell of garlic. There's no better smell when you walk into a home and somebody's cooking. I think I would even do like a garlic candle, but I don't want my body to smell like that. What if somebody was going down on you and they're like, "What is that smell?"
It's crazy. And like my first thought was like, okay, you're bathing in the garlic. It's going in your puss. And I was like, A, it's giving BV. But then I thought, or also the cure for BV. Because if you ever heard people say that you're supposed to put garlic up your puss. So is it BV or is it the cure for BV? Okay. A 2014.
It is the cause and the cure.
The cause and the cure. No. So I was like trying to remind myself, like, I swear people used to be talking about putting garlic up their pussy, right?
Okay.
So a 2014 study found that garlic supplement tablets had a similar therapeutic effect in treating BV as metronidazole, an oral antibiotic. However, it is important to note that the above study assessed oral garlic supplements only. A person should never place garlic or garlic products in or around their vagina. So no, but people, I swear to God, I think there's people out there, and like let us know in the comments, that were really pushing that for a while to put like garlic cloves up your vagina.
Oh, I think that this is like widely known that like people do this.
Yeah.
There's probably no real garlic in this, probably very similar to the Papa John's garlic sauce. It's probably just natural flavors, which means not natural flavors. But it got me thinking about other collabs. I'm just going to read them to you, and you can give me a yes, a no, a fuck no, all food related. Coca-Cola Oreos. These are real collabs, by the way, that have happened.
Okay.
Coca-Cola Oreos.
I'd give him a spin.
Okay. Yellow mustard Skittles.
No. Hard pass.
Van Leeuwen Kraft Mac and Cheese ice cream.
No, I feel sick.
Similarly, Pop-Up Bagel had a Cheez-It cream cheese.
100%.
Okay.
I'm in. Yeah. Makes sense. Cream cheese it.
You just gotta wrap that cream Cheez-It. I threw this one in here because we're across the street from Erewhon. Erewhon bag Balenciaga. It's
the bag.
It's kind of food related.
Yeah.
Old Spice did an Arby's collab where they did meat sweats Arby's under like deodorant.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to smell it. I don't
Okay.
want my man smelling like roast beef.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Pringles and the Caviar Company.
It was caviar flavored?
It's actually comes, it's a little set that comes with like
Okay.
a can of Pringles and a can of
That
caviar.
seems like totally makes sense.
Great, right? I love that one.
What about Vibes Only and Dill Pickle Blow Gel? That's what it's giving.
It wasn't for me, but it was a big seller.
Yeah.
People sold it out
day.
in one day.
Yes. Vibesonly.com. Okay, so we are a few days, almost a week past Valentine's Day, and something really stuck out from our collective Valentine here in the US, in the world, really. He spoke out.
The voice that we needed we're still talking about Valentine's Day.
Was Luigi Mangione. Again, America's Valentine.
He finally released a statement from jail. He released a website.
We've been waiting.
We have. I feel like I haven't felt joy
I know.
in weeks without Luigi.
Yeah.
So here's the statement. On Valentine's Day, I am overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written me to share their stories and express their support. Powerfully, the support has transcended political, racial, even class divisions, blah, blah, blah. While it is impossible for me to reply to most letters, please know that I read every one that I receive. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. I look forward to hearing more in the future. Luigi Mangione. While I read all of them, I just wish I had time to reply. It's giving like just an influencer girly.
It's giving way better than Matt James' breakup post.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Dear Father God. Okay. Also, like, I want to know how many letters he's getting. So many people must be writing to him. Like, you know, that's probably got to be all he's doing in there.
I mean,
it's
what
just
else?
reading his fan mail.
I mean, do you think him and Diddy are talking?
No. They're going to do an album.
I mean, what else is there to do? I'm sure he's getting like a ton of letters, a ton of attention. He has nothing else to do. Why aren't you writing me back?
Elizabeth Holmes is, she's reading Harry Potter and doing something else for like 30 cents an hour.
So she finally also...
She says it's like hell.
Prison?
Hot take, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, this sucks.
Well, you
I'm
shouldn't
just
have
like reading
defrauded
Harry Potter.
Shouldn't have defrauded all these people, Elizabeth Holmes.
Well, you know, they made an example out of her.
They did. I think a lot of the men that corroborated with her should be also
Exactly.
in prison.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll talk about Theranos and Elizabeth. Don't get me started on my Theranos.
Yeah.
Matt James. I'm glad you brought
Oh,
this
yes, right. Oh my God.
So his behavior on social media has been crazy. He is not acknowledging the breakup at all with Rachel
Wild.
Kirkconnell, which I always say it is your right to not acknowledge
Yeah.
stuff publicly. You don't have to make public statements, but he started this.
Yeah, right. He just like dropped the breakup post and walked away, which again, if you guys, this is a former Bachelor, his breakup with the woman who he left the show with, it just was super public news. But yeah, I mean, the less you talk about it, the more it's going to go away. So, I mean, I guess that's his frame of mind. I don't know.
I just don't know why he talked about it to begin with, because it looks as though through his social media, if you go through it, he's scanning the comments and filtering them. They're all really positive, which couldn't be the case. I feel like he was like the most hated man in America for 2 weeks.
Oh my God, that absolutely.
So it felt like he was really filtering comments. And then he posted this thing that said, like, I bought a one-way ticket to Kenya. My father was from Nigeria. Does anybody have Africa Rex? The biggest continent on the planet. Nigeria and Kenya, they're so far away from each other, I had to look them up. That's like saying, I'm going to New York. Do you have any California Rex?
When you sent that to me, I was like, does anyone have recommendations for this continent?
The continent.
Does anyone have any North America Rex? I'm out here. Anything in Asia?
I'm
you guys know anywhere in Asia to go?
But like, I'd look for a place for dinner,
Right.
A place to go to dinner.
Africa Rex. Even like I'll be doing a few countries.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just like, I'll do whatever.
I can't come back to America.
Yeah.
They don't want me.
It's crazy. I died over that.
Do you think, and we are going to move on, I have a theory about The Bachelor that I want to run by you.
Okay.
Do you so The Bachelorette was put on pause, indefinitely, right? It was supposed to air in June. They allegedly had picked a lead and they've pivoted.
And we talked about this last week.
Yes. Do you think that they're waiting for Rachel Kirkconnell to agree to be the Bachelorette?
Oh my God, what a theory.
That's my new theory, is that this happened and they were like, who on the planet could be better than her?
Yeah,
now?
like maybe. I mean, again, if the franchise is struggling, that would bring it back. You know, that would be somebody people would tune in to see. So maybe they're like, it's Rachel or nobody.
That's my new theory, is they're trying to like negotiate with her.
Okay. I like it. Well, we are just going to tell you guys about Wild Grain, and then we'll get back into it.
This episode of Girls Gotta Eat is brought to you by Wild Grain. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and pastas. Wild Grain's boxes are fully customizable to your tastes and dietary restrictions. In addition to their classic variety box, they recently launched a new gluten-free box and plant-based box that is 100% vegan. And best of all, they take the hassle out of baking, since all items bake from frozen in 25 minutes or less with no mess or cleanup. So Ashley and I got these boxes. I love them. I am such a huge fan of
Huge
what they
fan.
do.
So I have had the croissants, obviously, again, just right from frozen, muffins, full loaves of bread, and the pastas. I cannot say enough good things. Like, I love all of it. Every single thing I've ever had.
So fresh. I can't
So
believe
good.
how fresh the pasta is.
Oh my
and
God.
like for like weeks in my freezer, I just like anytime somebody popped over, I was like, I have fresh pasta.
Here's a
for
loaf
dinner.
of bread.
Yes. The
Just look at
croissants?
me, trad wife. Just baking bread, nothing else to do.
Fresh croissants every day.
Yes, exactly.
And then, as we mentioned, these are baked from frozen, so that you don't have to thaw. I mean,
Love
it
that.
really is just, it's delicious. It's easy. It's delivered to you. It's You always have food waiting. It's really fantastic, you guys. And you can make weekly or daily meals easier by obviously just incorporating this in. And since it's frozen, just fill your freezer with it. And then when you get home after like a long day, just pop it out of the freezer. Are you ready to bring all of your favorite carbs right to your doorstep? Be sure to check out Wild Grain so you can begin building your own box of artisanal breads, pastas, and pastries. For a limited time, Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off your first box plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/GGE to start your subscription. You heard me, free croissants in every box and $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/GGE. That's wildgrain.com/GGE, or you can use promo code GGE at checkout. And if you guys are new here, girlsgottaeat.com has every single partner, all the codes, all the episodes, everything.
I have a fun fact for you.
What?
Every membership, they donate 4 meals. So for every new Wild Grain member, we donate 4 meals to the Greater Boston Food Bank.
Wait, that's so sweet.
I love that. 510,000 plus meals donated.
Oh my God.
That's really special. And we love Boston.
You
obviously.
guys just
Anyway.
like do something that that's delicious, that does good for other people.
I know.
I love
Okay.
this. Okay, so SNL 50 was this week.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Like, what a dynasty. SNL, hot take. I mean, we love it. I can't sit here and say I watch it every week, but it's, I think it's interesting to think about the cast that like speaks to you the most. Like I saw something that was like, this was a lot of millennials original cast, like Will Ferrell and Tina Fey and all those, Molly Shannon, Amy Poehler, like all around that time. I mean, Will Ferrell for me was just.
I mean, when you say the most iconic cast, the first person that comes to mind is Will Ferrell. to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, they did a concert.
On Friday night, a concert at Radio City Music Hall. It's every person in the entertainment industry. I couldn't believe the red carpet. Like if a bomb went off in that room, that would be the end of the entertainment industry.
Oh, Raina, so dark.
Well, that's what I think about.
That's 2025 for you. I mean, just seeing who was at the concert and the actual show was the coolest guest list ever, because it's all these people in comedy and then everyone who's hosted it.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what cooler red carpet than for this, because it's still all like the main celebrities, but like you had to have hosted for the most part, like even kind of seeing red carpet, I'm like, oh, I forgot when they were on it or whatever.
It was really, and every musical guest also.
Yes,
I mean,
right.
it is the coolest carpet that exists.
Yes.
And it was like, the first time I saw Kim Kardashian was when I went like, oh my God,
right.
like everyone is here.
Yeah.
And it's just special. Yeah. I mean, some of the best comedy moments of our lives are from that show. That's not a hot take, but to really think about the fact that this was 50 years and how many people's careers came from this, it was so, so special. And I watched part of the special on Sunday night. that type of sketch comedy isn't really always my favorite. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's never going to be. I think there was a lot of like throwback moments that were probably really special. I was talking to one of my friends and she was watching it with her mom, and her mom has been watching this for 50 years and was like, this was amazing for her.
Yeah. Right. Like, how do you condense 50 years into 3 hours? You know, like,
Yeah.
I think it was a solid representation of the show. If you were expecting something more, then what were you expecting? You
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was really special and beautiful. A lot of crazy moments, and just want to like touch on a couple. The after party photos really got me. Like, I just was like, every person was in that room, and like, I was like dying to know, are Kim and Pete gonna talk?
Oh my God.
And like, he has like gotten his tattoos removed since, and is she like into that now? Is she dating somebody?
I don't know.
I don't know.
care.
But I was just dying to know, like, did they bump into each other? Did they talk?
Yeah.
And then like,
well, him, I'm sure he had more exes in the room than just her, right?
okay, so let's think.
I mean, he had to have. Who hasn't dated Pete Davidson?
Kate Beckinsale, Madeline Klein, Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do more X's for Pete Davidson. I think that's all I can remember right now. But the biggest news of the night, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively hit the red carpet. It just, exploded the internet.
Because we just haven't seen him out.
Yeah, so they skipped award season.
Right.
They haven't been on any of these carpets. And obviously the lawsuit's been so messy. And so people did not expect them to so publicly be there, but they've both hosted SNL before. This is not such a shock.
Yeah, you know me. I'm not a Blake Lively apologist or Ryan Reynolds, but like, I don't know. Like, I guess I don't. Maybe I'm missing something. Like, why people would criticize them going to this? They need to stay in their house.
So people really came out in full force against this, and they were just like, "It's really tasteless to be in the middle of a lawsuit like this." And
Who isn't in the middle of a lawsuit? Who in Hollywood isn't dealing with something? The world is on fire.
The trial is set for March 2026. So are they supposed to stay in the house for the next year? Like, at what point are they allowed to come out?
But whatever you think, like, they aren't on trial for, I don't know, assault or,
not.
being sex offender stuff. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's all messy, but I guess I just don't understand. Like, yeah, they can go to that. I didn't think that was weird. I'm like, let's see him out.
I said to you, like, before we even started talking about this, like, am I missing something?
Right.
'Cause I think
I'm sure people let us know in the comments, but I don't know. I mean, again, I think if the lawsuit was something really harmful
totally
to, I don't know, women, children, like whatever, but yeah.
And then I saw some other criticism about him sort of like poking fun. So what happened was Tina Fey said, how's it been going? Ryan Reynolds stands up and says, why? What did you hear?
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. It really
was totally
made me
funny.
laugh. It was light. People were saying that he was making light of basically this case, which essentially when you boil it down to it is his wife saying, I was sexually harassed on this set. And still...
Yeah, but it's SNL. We make light of everything. This is a comedy show. Mm-hmm. The whole show is, again, and sometimes I don't like the stuff that over the years that I think is so serious that they've made fun of. They had Donald Trump host. Mm-hmm. He wasn't there because he had to go to the Daytona 500. Fucking little bitch ass riding around. I cannot with this fucking president. But anyway, it just is like... It's SNL. I don't know. It's not that serious. I'm not saying what's happening isn't serious, but like... Their jokes are going to be made.
It also wasn't a joke about the case. It was a joke about the attention on the case.
Yes.
It's the biggest thing in media and has been for months. There is no other stories bigger than this. And that's all it was. And I thought it was like funny. People are debating whether Blake Lively knew that he was going to do that or not. I didn't think her reaction was that surprised, but you and the rest of the internet say that she did look surprised, and you think I watched the wrong thing.
Yes, so she absolutely did look surprised. But the question is whether she knew he was going to do that, which I'm sure she did, and then she was acting, or if she really didn't know. I'm assuming that she did. But I have, and we can play this. Here you go. Here's this.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds. Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Oh, that okay. So,
Yeah,
I
so
guess
she-
I didn't see that exact. Maybe I just wasn't looking.
Yeah,
at
she
her
like
face.
whips her head up.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck are you doing? But she could just be. She's an actress. But whether you think she's a good one or not, she could be acting.
I think she knew. They seem like they would be weird to not tell your partner. I have like a line on SNL tonight.
So who I have been gossiping about Blake and Justin with
Who
is my new friend, who is Damien from Mean Girls. So the actor is Daniel Francesi, and I met him at a show the other night at the Comedy Store.
To get to gossip with Damien.
No, we're like in the DMs. I'm like the fact that I'm gossiping about Blake Lively with
The
Damien
cast of Mean Girls. It's insane.
the original cast. Yeah, so he walked into the green room the other night at the show, and we just got talking. It was so nice. Sparkle Eyes, my fiance, was there. He loved him, and we just really had a fun conversation. And we took a little picture. I posted on my story, but he like had a sticker of him like in the purple hoodie.
Okay, was he carrying that around with him?
I think he just has them.
I
Yeah,
love him.
Well, so he tours all over, and he does a lot of colleges.
Okay,
and I was asking him, like, do you lean on the Mean Girls thing? Are people like dying for you to mention it? You know, and he was like, yeah, it's not my whole set, but I mention it. You know, he's proud of it. That's how people know him. And anyway, he was just wonderful. And like, we both got talking about how we just can't get enough of this story. Like, we're locked into Blake and Justin till March 2026 and beyond.
Hope it never stops.
Yeah. So now we're like in the DMs about it. I'm like, this is a fun friendship.
God, you're so lucky.
Yeah. So I know. I like texted you guys. I was like, guys, I'm in the green room.
I'm so jealous.
And then someone was like, you go, Glenn Coco. My favorite line from his is she doesn't even go here, obviously, but I sometimes forget about None for Gretchen Wieners.
No, you really not you, the plural you, like there was so many good one-liners back then and we had less content. So
Totally.
we really cared more about one-liners in movies back then because there was a movie back in our day, like probably once a year.
Yeah.
That like
I saw a meme once that was like, you guys don't understand. Like, we used to have to take like a quote from an Adam Sandler movie and that had to last us for like 3 years.
Old School lasted.
Old School still.
I milked that for a decade.
We're still milking it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So yes, that's my new friend. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I do think there's going to be obviously less and less Blake Lively and Justin.
They're amending the complaint.
What?
She's amending her complaint. So there will be more news.
No.
Yep.
What, like
We're not sure yet.
backtracking?
We're not sure yet. But the judge has given her, it might actually come down the pipe today. The judge gave her 48 hours to amend the complaint. So as we're recording it, we record 2 days before we drop the episodes. This is Tuesday. This will come out Thursday. So we may get this news before the episode drops.
Oh my God. Please.
But I do feel like in the meantime, thank God we have so much to entertain us. There is so much television on right now. I feel like this is the Super Bowl of television.
It really is.
Actually, the Super Bowl kicked off some really good television for me. I am thriving because Southern Charm is on right now, which I'm loving.
Yeah.
Summer House premiered last week, which the second episode will be this week. Obviously, 2 episodes will
Strong premiere.
Yes.
We're into it.
Lindsay, 3-hour speech about being pregnant. She's like, I've been on the show for 100 years and I have to do a summer house pregnant with all these 25-year-olds and I'm going to take my time.
She gave the speech that they had a clock going, whether they were exaggerating or not, but she gave like a 20-minute speech, which is like an insane length of time. And the way she kicked it off was like, so my first summer here. And you're like, oh my God, this is going to be a 7-year. Like, it's when like a best man or a maid of honor starts a speech.
Some of you may not know me. That's what it was giving.
Yes. You're like, if it's like, I've seen speeches where it's the brother is the best man and he starts with childhood.
Yes.
And it's like, are we going chronological 30 years?
That's how it felt. Like a maid of honor speech. And she's like, when we met in kindergarten.
I was at a wedding once and the maid of honor gave a speech and she brought someone else up there to turn her pages.
I'm going to make somebody do that when I do your wedding.
Raina,
It's
front and
gonna be
back is all you get.
Tessa has
You
to do
can't
it.
have a page. Also, you're officiating. That's your
Yeah.
speech.
I'm going to make her flip the pages.
Tessa's in all my wedding photos.
I'm going to be like, next slide. Tessa runs in from the projector screen.
Wait, should we do a PowerPoint?
Yes.
Honestly, like as I'm planning this wedding, I'm like, let's fuck it up. Like I told you, I was like, we got to get a drum line.
When you said drumline, I actually, no part of me thought you were kidding. Were you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
I didn't think you were kidding.
Absolutely not. Ashley E will book them through BTE. 100% I'm having a drum line. Just casual at the reception and the strippers.
That's for Tessa.
No, because like when I have my wedding,
Tessa loves a stripper.
we won't have toured in so long, and we'll. Just,
I know.
You know the cryo.
No.
Tessa, you got to book
Tessa,
the cryo.
will you run the cryo? Slide. So, anyways, yeah, Lindsay started with, I was dating Everett when we first came here, and I was like, we're starting with Everett.
Yeah.
From 100 seasons ago. And it's been like it was a strong open. I loved it. I like this cast. I cannot wait for the Sierra West showdown. I am just like foaming at the mouth for it. I can't wait. I'm really excited for the season. I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the season. And next, let's see, what should we do next? White Lotus.
So we both watched it on Monday. What were your thoughts? We actually have not discussed this.
Okay, so I am so into it.
Okay.
And the show, I have to remember, it does always start a little slow. I mean, well, I guess it starts really hot with something crazy. That, like, spoiler alerts ahead, by the way. That shooting scene gave me a lot of anxiety. It's my biggest fear, to be in any sort of active shooter situation, whatever. So that's how it kicks off. But then it really is just kind of a slow burn as you get to know these characters. But I'm really obsessed with the three friends.
That's my favorite.
Yes. And this one famous friend. Yes. And then it's just, I don't know. I like the dynamics there. And then
that's my favorite dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. Girls. And then the family. Parker Posey with the Southern accent is throwing me. She's doing all right, but
so I think they're supposed to be from South Carolina,
North Carolina, the whole Duke UNC thing.
The accent is giving Dallas. She sounds like my ex stepmom, and I'm like feeling like triggered by her when she talks.
Yeah, the dad's accent is pretty good. It's like a little, because I mean, whatever. There are plenty of people who talk like that in the Carolinas, but it is a little more subtle. No, I mean, again, it's really a spectrum. There's people with no accent that live in the Carolinas.
And there's people that are like, what are you talking about? But they're different.
Yeah, but the dad has that more subtle, he really is a good like North Carolina accent, and hers is just, I don't know why they did that. I was surprised. Like, it's not flawless to me, and I love her as an actress. I don't know.
I love the role, but it doesn't it doesn't add anything to the role for me. It actually just makes her kind of hard to understand.
Yeah. It's too much. It's a little overdone.
And the kids don't have that accent.
Yeah.
So it was a little just, overdone for me. But I love Parker Posey. I'm so excited to see her in any role. And so there's always like three dynamics in every season that they focus on. So this one is like the girl group, and then the big family, and then the couple.
Yeah.
And I like what they've picked. I haven't decided. I don't care about this couple yet.
Yeah, he gives me anxiety, but I want to go back to the family really quick. I want to say a couple things. Patrick Schwarzenegger,
yeah.
Arnold's son. Mm-hmm. I saw the funniest comment that it was like a Nepo baby playing a Nepo baby. So he's the oldest son, Saxon. They all have those like Southern family names, whatever. I have something to say. Ladies, I'm going to tell you right now. If you are watching this show with your man and he likes that character, break up with him. If he is watching
that character,
if you, I'm just saying, if you're watching that show and your man is like, oh, he's pretty cool, or like, oh, he's the man, break up with him.
Well, it's Nick James's character. It's Jake Lacey's character. It's the Patrick Schwarzenegger. It's the same all three seasons. They do this character.
It's so worse to me. It feels so weirdly predatory.
Because he's talking about his sister being hot and he's jerking off in front of his brother.
That's what I'm saying, but they are kind of that's all I'm saying. And maybe there's no one out there, there's no man alive that would be like, oh, like that wouldn't be repulsed by him. But I feel like they're trying to make him kind of seem like this, like,
alpha.
Yeah.
So I read that there was an incest storyline, and I felt like anxious in my body, like preparing for it. Like, what's it going to be? Because you just don't see it that often.
I mean, to me, yes, of course. It's really weird. I got whiplash when he said his sister was hot. I was like, did I just hear what I thought I heard? But when he's in the pool and he's like, I'm so horny, it's giving like really predatory. Like this guy would like force himself on you. Like, I don't know if they're queuing him up to have any sort of like sexual assault. It's just the energy is like really tough to watch. So I'm just like saying, ladies, like, listen, if your man doesn't see it, it's a red flag.
That's crazy. And you're right. Of those three characters, he is clearly the best, because Nick James in the last season of
Theo James?
Nick James is your friend. I meant Theo James. And by the way, I said Nick James a few minutes ago.
I forgot about Jake Lacey's character.
Like, I do think that they've taken this character and made it worse all three seasons.
Yes, so they're ramping it up.
Jake Lacey is like the least of the bad, and he's like in the first season, he's just kind of a jerk. He's arrogant. He's a bunch of money, but like harmless.
You're right. They're just like up in the ante.
And then the second season, Theo James fucking prostitutes.
Yeah.
And now this guy's gonna fuck his brother.
Oh my God. They both just want the brother. Like the brother's like I don't know, they want approval from their parents. They have these like narcissistic parents, but then they also like want the brother to like them best. I don't know. But I know you feel the same way, but the theme song is an insult to the viewer.
So I feel like we all feel the same. We're all in America, the same bucket. I don't know what happened here. Because second season was like the greatest like build up to like, do I hate this? This is weird. And then you're up out of your seat. There's so many memes and like gifs about it. I mean, it was so incredible. They changed the theme music from the first season to the second season.
Yeah.
2 bangers. And then the third season, the art is also not as sexual. And I was like, all right, keep an open mind. They've clearly pivoted from Italian and French art to Thai and Asian type of art. Okay. But the beat never drops. There's no beat.
It's not a theme song.
What
This
is
is
it?
like an instrumental score with like a little bit of a crescendo. It's not memorable. It's not unique. You can't sing it. Like, this is not a theme song to me. Like, and if it's inspired from Thailand, like I understand that. I can respect where the inspiration came from, but I thought we were going to have a play on the previous 2 seasons. I think they should take a note from Walmart's rebrand, make it basically the same. Totally. Like, I don't understand this. Like, we would sing the other one, like,
up out of my seat,
like
dancing.
We would play it at shows.
Arms in the air, every single show.
We would, I mean, like, this is not a song.
Why
this
did
is
they do
just,
this?
I don't understand it. Have you read the comments? I was on the White Lotus's Instagram last night. It's all the comments. I'm like, why'd you guys do this to us?
Okay, do you think...
What's the point of this?
Do you think next week they'll have a different theme song?
No.
You think they're just going to come
I
back
think
with
this
the
is a
same
theme
dog
song.
shit theme song? What was the decision to do
That's
this?
what we deserve in 2025. Like, what is the other song? Like, I'm from made in Thailand. Like, that's better.
That's way better.
I was saying that all night last night. It was in my head.
I don't know. I don't understand the decision to do this. I just thought like at some point the beat was going to drop. It never did.
Never.
It's an insult, and it ruined the show for me because it's a really long intro, and I was like, stick with it, Raina. Look at the art, enjoy the music. Surely something is going to happen. No
one likes it. I've not seen one positive thing about it. It's giving like
it?
the opposite of Nikki Glazer's Golden Globes hosting, where like literally everyone agreed it was amazing. Not one negative comment. I did not see one. I've not seen one positive comment.
No, it's terrible.
Everyone's insulted and hurt.
I'm just, you know what? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yep.
You know, it was something I look forward to every week. It's one of the very few shows I actually don't binge. I watch it every single week. Cannot wait for it to start. It's my Sunday tradition.
To your point, absolutely they don't have another one in the bank, but it's not too late to change it. They can do whatever they want.
Totally.
They can go back into the editing room and they can change this theme song. Like, how amazing if they were be like, we hear you and we're going to make a new song.
You guys deserve better this
like
year.
halfway through, they're like, you know what? We get it. It's a tough time. They just bring back last year's.
I would love that.
Oh God, what a good song.
Okay, well, I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to watch these dynamics play out.
Me
excited.
too. Oh my gosh, I couldn't love them anymore. So we're not going to, I mean, every week. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. And then Love is Blind is back. Love is Blind is in Minneapolis, which we love Minneapolis. We knew it was going to be there. This is season 8. 6 episodes in the pods.
When you told me that, I almost skipped the show. Like, I was so excited. I started the first episode. I watched on Valentine's Day with Hannah. I was excited. I was like, okay, I can get behind this. These girls all seem nice. And then you said there's 6 episodes in the pod. You guys get upset when we don't say this. When I personally don't say this, a bunch of spoilers ahead.
Yes.
A lot. So skip this if you haven't seen it yet. But 6 episodes. Last season, my criticism was they got out of the pods rather quickly and did so many Meet the Family ones. I mean, there was like 4 episodes of Meeting the Family and Friends, which I just thought was like overkill. They've never done this many episodes in the pods. I mean, it is so much overkill.
Yeah, and like I have always said that that's my favorite part is in the pods, but it still felt like an appropriate length of time. Like when I said that, which maybe other people echoed that sentiment, it didn't mean give us 2 more episodes of it. Like I was through with episode 4. We had seen 1 proposal, 1 reveal. I'm like, what is actually happening? It is so slow.
Typically, I think they usually release 5 episodes, not 6, and you're through the honeymoons by then. You're halfway through the honeymoons. They usually get to that. Everybody meets that first night and starts fighting.
Oh.
And then they cut it for the rest. And then they cut it.
Right. So this is 6 episodes in the pods. Like it's hard to even comprehend. A couple things. I have a couple notes. We do really like most of them. These are really nice people. These are some of our favorite people when we tour. Minneapolis people, just like, you know, it's a great city and people are really kind and, you know, a very homogenous looking group. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like everybody.
It's a bunch of blonde white girls. I mean,
and just brunette white dudes. Like all the dudes ran together.
It was really hard for me to tell these people apart this season.
So I have a couple things to say. So the music has changed drastically. Early days, you know, it was just like copyright free type music or, made for TV type music. It's the hits. They're playing music. They're playing Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather. It was up for a Grammy.
They got the money in
two
that
weeks
budget.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah, the budget has increased drastically on the music. I don't know if you guys are noticed. It's like real music.
Oh, well, apartments have been getting nicer every season, so now they have music.
The food spreads, Raina.
Okay, I want to talk to you about the food spreads.
This picture. What is that photo? Is that sushi?
Sushi with sake.
And then this one, this was my personal favorite. This breakfast. Okay, so this spread has pancakes, eggs, looks like lemon meringue pie, looks like pickles, and looks like cheese.
Okay, you know what I've never seen? I know this exact. So there's a lot of scenes. There's quite a few. There's 3 or 4 where people sort of, there's a meal, there's a spread, and then they break up in the pods. And all of these people are like, I can't eat this right now. And they have to carry the trays of food down the hall. It's so awkward watching them. And in the moment I was like, this is so awkward. But then I was like, maybe it is just nice that they're not like, cast and crew, you clean my shit up. But like, it's funny to watch these cast members walk down the hall with TV trays.
I couldn't agree more. I hate also the thought of like wasting that food. Like I feel
Totally.
like I want to know what happens to all the food that doesn't get eaten. Like do cast and crew eat it? Like it can't just all go to waste. It like really bothers me.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, are they told like clean up after yourself, or are they just like I'm gonna want that later? They could probably leave the tray in the room. Like production would grab it, but they're like, no, I'm gonna walk down my blanket over me with this TV tray.
They keep having to like get broken up with and then carry this TV tray with them back to the rooms, and it's so awkward to watch. And you've never seen it, but also like there's like Minneapolis nice.
Yeah.
And people always say that like
True.
people are so nice there.
Minnesota
and so, like,
nice.
So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
This season, I will say, a little slow for me, and this is my favorite dating show of all time.
Yeah, still loving it.
But I skipped from the middle of episode 2 to the beginning of episode 5, and I did not miss a beat.
Yeah.
Every storyline just picked right back up. Where I don't know what happened in episodes 3 and 4 and half of 2, but nothing of substance. So you guys can skip that too.
Yeah.
This is the season where I've seen the most people be in like love triangles and find connections, and a lot of people go home without that person.
Yeah.
I have not seen that, and I was wondering what you thought. Like, do you think these people are just a little more willing to be like, I'll just DM them when I get out of here. I don't have to go
That's a
through
good
this whole
call.
thing.
Well, I don't know, because I'm like, yeah, you could just find them when you get out, but you also don't you want to take the vacation?
I guess, but like, do I want to take the vacation with a camera crew? No.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Like, right. I mean, I guess it's a matter of, are you enjoying this experience? And like being on camera, is it overwhelming to you? Or are you having anxiety? Like, I can see that.
Like, it sounds fun to like go on this trip with somebody and have this like sexy vacation, and they're all like fucking in the hot tubs, but there's a crew of 5 people in the room with you while you're doing that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I want to chat like about one thing, like I guess the main drama that it really ends on in episode 6, and that is that Taylor and Daniel, who's the short guy, that's his whole storyline.
Yes.
He's insecure about being short. I think he's a cutie. I really like him. I've been rooting for him.
Well, we don't know now.
So she's basically has an inkling he followed her on Instagram, which is weird because they brought this up already in the pods. You probably missed this, but they talked about Instagram. She dropped her handle in an episode, and I went and looked her up. Like, she's not a super influencer. She's maybe like a micro influencer. I mean, she has more followers now, but I think when I looked her up, she had under like 10,000 or something.
Yeah.
And then the next day it was like 15 or something. This is a developing story, but she's basically saying like, I saw this follow request come in months prior. And so when she went to follow him, when they got out of the pods, a picture looked familiar to her. And she was like, oh, he followed me before. Yeah. And then she's in her head, like, he's known everything about me. He's known that I like Taco Bell and Christmas and I'm a nurse.
Gamed the system.
Okay. I got to ask you this. Okay. I think there is a wide spectrum. One side of it being like, he found her on Instagram. He somehow figured out how to get on Love is Blind with her, and he's known everything about her, and he's used that to manipulate her to fall for him. What? How could he do that? The other side is they have mutual friends. He thought she was hot. He followed her. He didn't commit her details to memory, and he doesn't even really remember it. And the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but I guess my gut feeling is not that he like remembered all the stuff about her and used it in the like. Does she think? What do you think? I feel like I'm having trouble. Like, she's so upset, and I'm like, why is she? And I'm not invalidating it, but I'm like, is it just because of the way the experiment's supposed to go? I don't think he memorized all that info about her and like used it in the pods.
So my take on this was that actually, Minneapolis, it's a smaller city.
Yeah.
A lot of people know each other.
Yeah.
They're all out in the scene. I think that that people that applied for the show probably heard that other friends of theirs or friends of friends had applied for the show.
You think?
So my theory is that somebody that he knew said, this girl I know applied for the show.
Okay.
And he looked her up and followed her and was just like, that girl's hot. She's so beautiful. Who wouldn't be like, let me get in there? And I don't know, maybe looked at her stuff and then was just like, oh shit, this might be weird if we both get casted, and unfollowed her. And like, it's not deeper than that. I don't think that he had some like crazy string whiteboard where he's like, Christmas, Taco Bell, Jesus, all this stuff.
Right.
I think that I don't think it's like Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
So I think that that's my theory. Not that he stalked her, found a way onto the show, gamed the system. I think that maybe he had followed her, and maybe when they were in the pods, maybe he was like, oh, I kind of do know who this is.
Yes. So then he blatantly lied, and I don't know why that came up. Maybe they just showed it because obviously it's going to come up later. Maybe other people talked about their Instagrams and they didn't show it because it wasn't relevant to the storyline. But like, that's the only time I've ever seen. I think she said like, oh, do you follow me? And he was like, no, I think I'd remember that. Like, so maybe she's like, did he blatantly lie?
So that's another one of those things we have an episode coming up about like white lies. And sometimes you just get asked something in the moment and you're like, I want to appear to be a certain way. And it's not so insidious, but he's just like, if I say yes right now, I am off this show.
Blow this up.
Blow it up. I'm off the show. Like, maybe he's just like, this is a tiny little white lie and we're going to get out of here. And I'm going to be like, hey, John is mutual friends of ours. And like, he told me you were going to be on the show and I thought you were like hot. Like, I think it's not as insidious, but I respect her right to,
yes.
She was tremendously uncomfortable. She seemed extremely, like she felt unsafe.
Yes. And I mean, listen, I hope they work it out. I like them a lot. I'm rooting for them. And again, we're not picking sides. I don't think it's as bad as she might think it is, but it could be. But yes, to your point, I think she's like, oh my God, like he's been playing me this whole time, or he's been manipulating me this whole time, which I don't know, isn't it kind of flattering? He came in, he knew what he wanted. But I do think it's like somewhere in the middle. And he was like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, and I do think he talks a lot about being short and being 5'8", and like, I think it's hard to be a shorter man. I think you don't get matches on dating apps. I think women don't approach you at bars. I mean, I think it really fucks you up psychologically a little bit to be on the shorter end of being a man and your whole life feeling like people want somebody with a different physical body type, and you're on this show and you're like, I saw this girl on Instagram. It's the prettiest girl I've ever seen and I'd like her to like me. And so maybe I'll use little details like liking Christmas and Taco Bell to make me like her back.
Right. And like,
make her like me back.
Does it change the feelings they have for each other? I mean, that's for her to decide. If it could be something she can't get past, and that's her right too.
Totally. Yeah, if she's a hard pass on this and she's like, there's enough things to worry about in the world without thinking this person on this dating show is stalking me, then good for her. She could be off the show. She's not in the previews.
I know. I noticed that too.
So I don't know if they purposely left them out or if she just left the show.
Or, there is a world in which, I'm not saying just her, and I'm not saying anything the way he looks, if with any couple, if someone wanted an out, they could take it here. So it doesn't matter what it is, but if you have felt like, oh, upon meeting them or seeing them or being in their presence, I don't want to go forward with this, you have an excuse.
Okay.
And that would also, again, if it wasn't anything insidious and then she used that as an excuse, that would suck for him, but we'll see.
I mean, let me ask you a final question about this dynamic. She is saying to him, I saw this photo. It's very clear. You're sitting down, you're in front of a Christmas tree, your legs are crossed, you're holding a drink. And he's like trying to kind of backpedal. He's like, I don't know what photo you're talking about. Like, I'm in front of a fireplace and some photos. Do you think he's lying?
I cannot tell. That whole dynamic is very weird. She is like interrogating him on the photo. He's being, he's trying to bring up random details, but like she committed that photo to memory. That's all very weird. It's also like something's not sitting right with me. Like she got a random follow request. She committed this photo to memory.
Uh-huh.
Like, did someone else tip her off? Did the producers start this?
Right.
Did they start this whole drama? And now they're like, say you remember the photo in front of the Christmas tree. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, his reaction is not. I can't sniff out the lie, because I think if you're clearly not lying, you're like, I don't know what to tell you. I feel upset that you feel like this, but like that's not a photo on my feed. He doesn't feel like he's protesting too much, but he doesn't feel like he's chill about it either. He seems scared, like he's been caught.
Yes, but probably like it's not what you think it is kind of vibe. You know, I think that there is a photo that exists that he knows and she knows, and they're talking about the same photo.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I'm excited to see it play out. I was surprised that so many people made it almost to the finish line and all left. There were quite a few people that had 2 really solid matches and all walked away.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. I thought we were going to have a ton of couples, but I think we have 4 couples that will go on this trip now.
5.
If she goes.
If they go.
Okay. So I am excited to get into the season now.
Yeah.
Now that we have 6 episodes.
Oh my God. Yes, we're excited for it. I'm going to do my doppelgangers next week. We're out of time.
Okay.
No, I mean, maybe I'll come up with another one, but I've been working on them. You guys know I have a talent for naming who people on Love is Blind look like. And so I'll do it next week. So stay tuned.
Okay.
All right. And that's it. Okay. All right. Girlsgottaeat.com. You can find us there. We are Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess. I'm going on tour. AshHess.com for tickets. Raina is Raina.Greenberg. Subscribe on YouTube. Share this episode with a friend. And we will see you Monday.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.